Happy April Fools, everybody! While we at ShadowRockZX don't have any major April Fools jokes in mind, Rockman X DiVE certainly has some things planned. And beyond that, we're going to be wrapping up a lot of different news pieces that have come out the last couple of weeks that are obviously not jokes at all, they're actually very serious. So let's get into it. Let the jokes begin then, because we are starting with the joke of a game called Rockman X DiVE. See what I did there? Besides another run of the Dr. Light's lab event, there really wasn't much to last week's update for Rockman X DiVE. Similarly, we also had a dive time with producer Yoda again, and for whatever reason they teased this dive time pretty hard, saying things like they're going to introduce a new system, stay tuned for the next step in Rockman X DiVE, things like that, which makes you think big news is coming, but in reality,
wow! It's absolutely nothing!
So what happened to the introduction of the new system? Well, apparently that resulted in a Facebook post talking about something we already knew about, which is the fact that a select number of S-rank weapons have recently been updated to add a hidden skill to them. Once they reach 5 stars, you will have the ability to use these new core items in order to unlock a random hidden ability which is pre-selected from a list. I think that's pretty cool because originally when you hit 4 stars on a weapon, you usually didn't need to bother them anymore unless you needed extra power. So this just adds more incentive to max out your weapons, although the hidden skill isn't applied to every weapon just yet. They're probably going to be releasing the hidden skills in waves, it seems. As for the dive time presentation itself, producer Yoda talked a bit about the anniversary and Rico being playable, and he asked us, hey, do you want Vita to be playable as well? Actually, no. I want Mega Man Star Force, man. Where is it? Speaking of Rico, I guess I'll talk about the event stage we played a couple of weeks ago, which revealed a new character for the story. Now, this character is simply teased with a silhouette shadow over her, but if you took a screenshot and brightened it up a lot in Photoshop, you will find out that it's actually a Rico 2.0 essentially. Or maybe this is supposed to be like the original Rico or something. Or maybe it's her sister. Either way, Via is clearly hiding this character away from us, and there's not much more to go off other than that. We'll have to find out more about this character in future story updates, it seems. I still got my eyes on you, Via. I don't trust you at all, man. The only other interesting thing from the dive time was the announcement of new line stickers. However, they're only available in Asian territories, so you would have to do some fancy workarounds to get them on your native account. The stickers are really cute though, similar to the style of the emojis in the game itself. And if nothing else, whether from Capcom themselves or the various collaborations that Rockman X DiVE has been in, we've sure gotten a lot of reaction emojis. It sure is the gift that keeps on giving. Now let's turn our attention to viruses, villains, and Big Storm, the major revision preview of A-Roll. You tried, Captai. Yes, this is the big update for today, presented through this website that has a big countdown timer for more content. Anyway, let's flip through each of these sections here and talk about it. This first one is probably the actual April Fool's joke. It describes an AR challenge system that's coming soon. The one-click experience challenge mode driver go. When the Sigma virus strikes, the hidden system is revealed. I like how they mention the Sigma virus here, like, oh my god, it's confirmed the Sigma virus is real and dive. But I don't know how much of this page you should take super seriously. The best way I can describe the AR system footage is kind of like Pokemon Go, but it's Mega Man. You control X as he walks through the real world as seen through your camera. You got the buttons from DiVE there for all your weapons and your HP, but that's all we really got. Like I said, this right here is probably the April Fool's joke, because I'm highly doubting this becomes a full-fledged game mode. Then again, in the past, Capcom April Fool's jokes have turned into real products. You know, like the Keisuke Mizuno version X that is now a skin in DiVE. That originated from an April Fool's post. So the joke has gone full circle, in other words. Anyways, whether this AR system is a joke or not, let's read about it and see what we got. The brand new system, Challenge Mode Diver Go, hereinafter referred to as Diver Mode, is coming soon. You'll become an irregular hunter to eliminate the Sigma virus that invades the real world. Rockman X DiVE is about to add AR Challenge, where players only need to click Diver button in the game to enter Diver mode. In Diver mode, players will be able to directly manipulate the characters, weapons, equipment, etc. obtained in Rockman X DiVE. The relevant values can also be directly transplanted and used. Through the AR function, players can challenge various tasks in the real world and achieve lots of goals to earn limited items. After that, players can use limited items to increase their character's power. Also, there's a lot of secrets hidden in different cities for players to dig out. Maybe something like the Pokestops? I won't lie, it would be kinda interesting to play a 3D Mega Man game in the real world. Or a 3D Mega Man game period again, that would be nice. When are we getting Volna off the moon again? Oh, we're not, but we're gonna make up a villain now. Hooray! Yep, we're on to the villain tab, where Capcom reveals our next characters. We got Mega Man Volna Alt and Servbots. Mega Man Volna Alt, as you know, is the Dark Mega Man that you can get by doing various bad deeds in the Mega Man Legends game. I like that DiVE gave him sunglasses to look extra cool, and they're even referencing that one quest in Mega Man Legends 1 where you can choose to return the stolen money or keep it for yourself with that briefcase there. Nice touch. Now, Mega Man Volna Alt is going to be your new S-Rank character for the upcoming capsule. Meanwhile, the Serbot will be your free character. Oh boy, the Serbots are going to be the odd job of DiVE, aren't they? With their tiny bodies, which probably results in tiny hitboxes. Well, let's read it. Villain partner, Mega Man Volna Alt and Serbot Nasty debut. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. I am so bad, more than a jerk. Black Mega Man Volna Alt is called Bad Mega Man, which is one of the hidden elements in the Mega Man Legends series. As long as the player commits bad behaviors in the town, such as destroying villagers' property, bullying small animals, leave those poor piggies alone, and going to the grocery store to buy adult books? Oh yes, the adult books. It might be fun to look at them, etc. The friendship of the villagers, a hidden value, will drop straightly, and when it reaches the lowest point, they even put the value there. I don't know if they researched that or was just a hidden value, but if that's true, I valued nerdistry on display. Mega Man Volna Alt's hair and armor will become dark. Even the villagers are very cold towards you, and they will deliberately increase the price of items sold to you. Or sold to you. Yeah, once again we got the English problem, it's a bit hard to read this. I'm glad that apparently Capcom is now hiring more gameplay testers, but boy do they need to hire somebody to proofread their English. And for both characters we have a little notice in yellow text. For Mega Man Volna Alt, when using this character to buy goods in the shop, the price will be randomly increased by 10 to 87 times. Besides, because you are too bad, even the damage of the enemy attacking you will be increased by 50%. Oof. I'm gonna assume the notices here are going to be April Fool's jokes in themselves, but that would be funny if they actually implemented that in the game. Oh no, you drew Dark Volna in the capsule. Now you gotta pay more in the shop and you take more damage. It would almost make you not want to pull. Then here's the Serbots. Serbots are 41 small all-purpose support robots from the Mega Man Legends series created by Tron Bonne. Among them, number 41 ran away from home on his own because he was tired of being called. Oh yes, number 41, the favorite Serbot, began to wreak havoc outside, and used a lovely appearance to make people feel sympathetic, entered other people's homes to cheat and drink, finally took away the money and went away. Cheat and drink, huh? That's crazy. Notice, in the game you can form a villain partner with the Bad Mega Man and use the combined skill Commit All Evil, which you can randomly grab 50 to 100,000 Zenny from your opponent in PvP. Now you can never physically collect Zenny in any of the gameplay segments in DiVE. This ain't Mega Man Network transmission now. So again, likely this is just another case of funny joke. All jokes aside, I can tell you these characters are indeed real, it's not a joke. Like I said, Dark Volna is going to be the S-Rank, and Serbot will be free in an upcoming event. But hey, we don't have to go off just what the website says. Here's the trailer for Mega Man Volna Alt and Serbot, as well as that spanking new event. Oh yeah. I gotta say right off the bat, wow, I really love how they portrayed Dark Volna here. And hey, he looks more purple than dark, which is cool for me.
Purple is my favorite color!
So the animation starts out with Dark Volnut kicking the crap out of this vending machine, as you do in the Legends games. But uh-oh, the Popo's after him. So grab the suitcase inside the vending machine, I don't know how it got there, and run away! And don't forget your sunglasses so you can look extra bad. Which means cool in 90s lingo. Okay, what the heck guys? These skills are ridiculous. I love it. The first one is Vending Machine Breaker, where Volnut just yeets the vending machine at any foes in his way. I guess it's like the replacement for his bomb weapon, but dang dude, that's so cool. And by cool, I mean hilarious. I can see why he's the April Fool's character. The second skill is called Eliminating Witnesses. That's not sus at all. With this one, Dark Volnut swings his suitcase around and around. So hey, they incorporated it into the moveset too. That's crazy. And one of his skill cards allows him invincibility after drinking the supplement and receive no damage. Hey, don't do drugs kids. Unless it gives you invincibility, then it's okay. No, but really, we here at ShadowRockZX do not condone drugs, do not ever do them, blah 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 blah. Oh hey, here's a look at the event, the Maleficent Hero. The last Legends event we had took us through the ruins, but this one actually puts us on Catalog's Island. You can see how the terrain is based off of the floating ruins stage, but the background is all new. You got the building straight out of Legends 1, and you even approach a entrance to a ruin at some point. Very nice attentions to detail. As for the event itself, the goal is to be as bad as you can. No, really, that's what it says. By doing things like breaking cars, buildings, or whatever, you build up so much guilt, which results in negative energy, and the more negative energy you got, the more rewards you get. Oh, Volnut. Setting bad examples for the kids since 1997. You also get a little gameplay of the free character, Sirbot. Dang, he really is like the odd job. One of his skills allows him to summon a Jumbo Sirbot with the big ol' hammer so he can bonk ya. And it looks like his second skill is based on Curry, as it should be. We also have the Halloween Storm weapon here on the next tab. Get a race for yourself, the S-Rank Halloween Storm. Exclusive weapon for villains with the skill Financial Storm, which can make the opponent under attack drop their Zenny out. Take the opportunity to rob your opponents. Imagine if they actually animated Zenny dropping from foes when he hit them with this launcher type weapon. But yeah, details are scarce other than the design of the weapon, so we'll have to wait and see for more. I'm not 100% sure what the reference on this weapon is, but it could be based off of Jet Stingray from X4. But wait, the actual weapon fires Double Cyclone, which is Storm Owl's weapon. Alright, cool. He's an Aqua based Reploid, but he does use a Hurricane-like attack as part of his moveset, so it fits. One of the passive skills for the weapon fires an additional slow energy shot that ignores terrain every 5 seconds. That's all we got on Rockman X Dive news for this week though. This looks like a lot of fun and I can't wait to dig in. See what I did there? What do you guys think of all the April Fool's shenanigans from DiVE though? Let us know in the comments. The banner will be going on for 6 days, April 1st to April 7th, which is one of the shortest banners we've had, but not by too much. But we're not done with Deep Block news just yet. We have another interesting development as reported by Rockman Corner. And before you say anything, no, this isn't an April Fool's joke either. I genuinely believe that Proto Dude is being very serious about this one. After all, he posted it on March 31st, not April 1st. But hey, if I'm wrong, whatever. Anyways, going on with the post, Rockman Corner has been told that the latest version of the Rockman X Dive client makes several references to the PC platform Steam. They go on to say that includes English prompts such as the account has been banned by Steam VAC, Steam product ID doesn't match, Steam purchase failed, and you are not logged in on your Steam account. Please start the game on the Steam panel. All these prompts are included in the code for the client, which would point to Capcom planning a Steam port for Rockman X DiVE in the future. Is this actually going to happen, and when will it happen? Time will tell. But assuming that Rockman X DiVE is coming to Steam, this is a very big boon for the community. Obviously, being a mobile game, you basically needed an Android or iOS device to play the game. The only other way you could do it on the PC, for example, is by downloading an emulator like BlueStacks. And let me tell you from personal experience, BlueStacks is very power hungry. It's all too easy to experience crashes and lag spikes while playing Rockman X DiVE on BlueStacks, due to the fact that clearly the game isn't very optimized for the emulator. Like, I have a very high-end PC, an i7 processor, GTX 1070, and even I'm having trouble running the game at full speed. The game runs a lot better on my own Android phone where it's actually optimized for that platform. Point is, having a native PC port on Steam is going to be a lot better option for many people hoping to play this game on the PC. And hopefully it'll introduce things like better controller support, better optimization of course. And another thing I'd like them to see add is the feature to navigate the menus with your connected controller. It can be a pain having to constantly switching between your controller and the mouse or the touchscreen on your phone to navigate the menus and for the actual gameplay. I've also had issues with DiVE not allowing you to assign a button to the pause button unless you do a workaround with a third-party program like BlueStacks. Let's say you're playing Jacob Elevator and your character is about to die and you're thinking, man, I didn't really accomplish much this run, or it's not a boss run and you're gonna lose all your progress if your character dies right there and then. So you're like, I better mulligan this and try again. In case you don't know, quitting out from a Jacob level resets all your progress, so it's as if it never happened, which can be really useful if you don't want to lose a character. Anyways, when that happens, what I have to do under normal circumstances is take my hand off the controller, reach for the mouse, move the mouse all the way to the top up to the screen for the pause button, and hope I hit it before my character dies. Yeah, that's really inconvenient. And again, you can assign a button to the pause button if you want to through BlueStacks options, but natively in-game there's no way to do that. So that's another reason why I'd love to see them give you the ability to control every single aspect of the game with just your controller, or you can just play the game as if it was a console experience. Those are my hopes for a Steam port. I just hope it runs well, and it has that better controller support I described. Of course, knowing DiVE, that's not a guarantee on either front, but at least it'll hopefully be more ideal than BlueStacks. There is still some big questions hanging in the air over this possible Steam port though. The biggest concern is, when this port comes to Steam, will you be able to transfer your account from either the Asian or Japanese versions to it? Will you be able to carry over your progress? Because I know for a lot of people, including myself, that would really suck if in order to have the better experience, you have to give up all of your progress just to play on it and start from scratch. At that point, I may as well just stick to BlueStacks and deal with the lag and crashes. The other question is, will you be able to access the Steam version if you are outside of the region that it supports? Because there is no official Western version of Rockman X DiVE, it's only available in Asia and Japan right now. It's at least fairly likely that Rockman X DiVE on Steam is only going to appear in those respective region stores. Or they could surprise us and make it universally available for everyone on Steam. In other words, that global version everyone's been asking for. However, nothing's been confirmed yet, and I am leaning towards the game only being available in the regions it's already out in. That's just me though. But hey, it's really cool to see this coming to Steam, and assuming it really does happen, hopefully this will become the ideal way to play on PC, and that brings us one step closer to the real dream, Rockman X DiVE coming to console like the Nintendo Switch. In other Mega Man X news, let's revisit the Mega Man X Maverick Hunter's Field Guide that is scheduled to come out from Udon on August 17th, 2021. Recently, we finally got the official announcement from Udon on the book, as well as 4 sample pages to gnaw on, featuring Launch Octopus, the Ride Armors, Vanishing Gungaroo from X7, and Duckbill Mole from Command Mission. Oh, and Burn to the Ground guy himself, Flame Hyenard. In the case of Vanishing Gungaroo, Duckbill Mole, and Flame Hyenard, new artwork has been drawn for them by Jeffrey the Chamba Cruz. Hyenard has never looked better, I gotta tell you. According to one of the key figures at Udon, Matt Moylan, Chamba has produced 26 new pieces of artwork for this book, which at least from what I can tell, they're redoing all of the X7 Mavericks and filling in the blanks for some of the characters that never got official artwork before, like Duckbill Mole from Command Mission here. Chamba and DiVE are really doing the Lord's work in that department. As for how each of these pages are going to be structured, the field guide will talk about the different aliases for the characters, who they're affiliated with, their weapon and their weaknesses, images of course, going into a bit of their backstory, describing their boss fights, and what kind of weapons our Maverick Hunters got from each of the Mavericks. That's a taste of what you can expect as far as details in this book. If you guys are interested in pre-ordering the book for yourself, it is available now on Amazon. The asking price is $30, but knowing Amazon, the price will probably go down as time runs on. So if you pre-order today and the price drops at any point, Amazon will give you the cheapest price. In fact, my pre-order is already at $26.99 US because the price did dip a little bit for a little while there. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. Keeping on with the Mega Man X theme, 5 Mega Man prototypes for the PlayStation 2 have recently been discovered by preservationist group Hidden Palace. These included Mega Man Anniversary Collection, dated May 6, 2004, Mega Man X Collection, November 8, 2005, and Mega Man X Command Mission Prototype, dated July 23, 2004, and not one, but 2 Mega Man X8 prototypes, dated August 12, 2004 and October 20, 2004 respectively. Now obviously all of these prototypes are going to come with their own beta elements and differences from the final release, but the really interesting one we have to highlight here is the August 12th build of Mega Man X8. Predating the final game by 2 months, this build contains a ton of beta elements, like an unused mugshot for X, unfinished graphics, and most interesting of all, unfinished cutscenes that were still in the middle of development. You can see the 3D models before they add all the post-processing effects. You can hear Vile's voice unfiltered, and in examples like the Luminate cutscene, it features storyboard drawings that shows the concept of what the devs were going for when crafting these cutscenes. It really gives you a behind the scenes of how they put these together. Fascinating stuff. I think this is something worth investigating further and perhaps a live stream one day. But in the meantime, if you want to check out the Mega Man X8 prototype and all the other ones that were posted for yourself, they are being hosted on hiddenpalace.org for download. The link will be in the description below. Fighting all those prototypes that the Mega Man games were a part of is obviously a big win for preservation, but unfortunately we now have to report bad news for preservation, as Sony has officially announced that the PlayStation 3, PS Vita, and PSP stores are being taken down soon. For PS3 and PSP, that will be on July 2nd, and for the PlayStation Vita, that will be on August 27th. What does this mean? As Sony describes, you'll still be able to download your purchases. That includes any games, content, DLC, that sort of thing. That includes PlayStation Plus content as well, so if you downloaded something through that service before, you'll still be able to re-download it again. What you're going to lose access to is the ability to purchase new content. That means all of those classic PlayStation 1 and PS2 titles, any digital games that were exclusive to the PlayStation 3, you can no longer buy those. That also means that if you didn't get all the DLC for a certain game, once the store goes down, you won't be able to get that complete version of that game either, unless they release that Game of the Year edition or something physically. For us Mega Man fans, this does affect us, because the PlayStation 3 was the only way you could buy Mega Man Legends 1, Mega Man Legends 2, and the Misadventures of Tron Bond officially without paying some eBay scalpers like 60 to 100 bucks just for the physical copies of the PlayStation 1 discs. And honestly, going the eBay route, Capcom is never going to see that money anyway, so really the PS3 was the only way to officially support the Mega Man Legends series with your money these days. The only way to show Capcom that, hey, we want more Legends stuff. And hey, there was a time where we thought that the Legends games would never make their way onto digital stores, mostly due to copyright concerning the first Legends game. It took a lot of work behind the scenes at Capcom to even make that happen, and it took quite a long time for it to even happen in the first place. So it's really sad to see those games go pretty soon here. You'll still be able to download it if you bought it already, but how long is that gonna last? The PS3 is eventually gonna go the same way as the Wii did, where for a time you couldn't buy anything anymore, but then they shut down the service entirely to where if you don't have the games already installed on your console, you lost it forever. It's gone. And one day the PS3 will be the same. So yeah, you may want to look into upgrading your hard drive on your PS3 if you own one. Go ahead and download all of your purchases and store them on the hard drive, so it is preserved for whenever you want to revisit the system later on. Because again, no guarantees that the content will be there forever to re-download. There's even another problem with the PS3. Oh no, the problems do not end there, my boys. You see, inside the PlayStation 3, even the PS4, there's a little thing called the CMOS battery, the CMOS battery. This little guy is responsible for keeping the time for the console. What happens if that battery dies, and it will die? What happens is, because the PS3 relies on syncing with the clock to keep all of your licenses to the games you bought, you're not going to be able to play your games anymore. The only way to fix this is to log in to the PlayStation Network with your ID. And while you still can do that for the foreseeable future, what happens if that battery dies and the PlayStation Network for PS3 is no longer available to log into? Well, sucks to be you, you just lost access to all of your purchases, you can't play your digital games anymore. And you may say, well, that's okay, because I have a mostly physical PS3 game collection anyway, so I'll just play it with the disc. And yeah, that will work for the PS3 console, but what about the PS4? Now the PS4 has the same exact problem. The battery dies, you lose your licenses. But what's more, is with the PS4 specifically, if that battery dies, you're also going to lose access to the disc drive as well. So even then, you can't even play your physical games on the PS4 either. At the very least, PlayStation 4 games are backwards compatible with the PS5, so it's not a huge issue, but it is something to keep in mind for the future. But getting back to the PS3, where it's most concerning, yes, there will come a day when you just lose all your games, and there's nothing you can do about it. Only real way to fix it is to jailbreak your console and mess up the clock yourself. And honestly, it's sad that you have to go through such measures just to preserve your games. Content that you bought with your own money. But that's the future of digital games. You never truly own the games you buy digitally. When that service goes down one day, so too the games. That's just how it is, and why the all digital future is actually quite scary. Shoutouts to DoesItPlay1 on Twitter, by the way, for bringing this to our attention. And I even quote retweeted that one and talked about it a little bit myself, about how, one day you'll just lose all your games. And there was actually a huge group of people that came out of the woodwork and saw my tweet and shared it around everywhere. Like, hey, look at this. You might lose all your PS3 games one day, yada yada. That was kind of surreal to see, but yeah, this is worrying to a lot of people. As it should be. What does Sony think about all that? Well, I can at least tell you what the head of global sales at Sony thinks about it. A guy named Jim Ryan, who recently said that he was at a Gran Turismo event where they had the PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 games. He looked at the PS1 and 2 games and said, wow, they look ancient. Why would anybody play this? Bruh moment. So just a reminder to you guys, the companies don't care about preservation. They're old games. They look ugly. Some of them don't play as well as modern games do. Just play the new games. Who cares about preserving our history? And so, it falls upon the homebrew community, it falls to the players, us, to preserve our dang old games. It shouldn't be that way, but sadly it is. And that's when people come in and are like, bro, just emulate the games. What are you so mad about? Well, the real issue is, like I said earlier, once those Mega Man Legends games are gone, that's the last way we could have officially supported the game with our wallets. Vote with your wallet. Money talks, all that. Downloading the ROMs on the internet or buying the games through eBay is not going to support Capcom at all. And that goes for any game really. If the company is not offering the game for purchase through official means, there's just no way to support them. And that's why a lot of us are hoping that one day Capcom will do that Mega Man Legends collection, just so there is a new means to both support the franchise and still have access to those games without shelling out hundreds of dollars on eBay. Or, pirating them. Which then becomes the big whole discussion, is piracy really okay? Obviously, those of us here at ShadowRockZX do not condone piracy in any way, shape, or form, Neo not included. I personally am a champion of, if the game is out there for you to buy, the Mega Man Legacy collections, for example. Yeah, support them, buy the game, play it that way. But if we're talking about a game that's been out of print for decades and there's no official way to play it really, what we're gonna do, just let it rot in somebody's basement? Just never preserve the game ever for people to document and learn from? If you have to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for one game and the publisher or developer is never going to see any of that money, is it really worth it at that point? In those cases, I'm never going to say, oh, you should go download the ROM. No. I am not condoning anything. But in those cases, these things gotta be preserved, so you know what? Do what you want. And that's my stance on the whole issue. In conclusion, go download Mega Man Legends 1, 2, and the Misadventures of Tron Bonne on your PS3 as soon as possible. And if you want to, pick up the Mega Man X4, X5, Mega Man 8, and all the classics and other digital-only PS3 titles on the store before it shuts down, so at least you have access to it for a little while longer. And hopefully the community comes up with a way to keep that battery in check and keep your licenses for the foreseeable future. Well, that was a downer segment, wasn't it? We were just talking about fortifying the protection of our purchases, so let's lift our spirits a bit with Fortnite. What the heck, Shadowrock? You're talking about Fortnite in a Mega Man video? Yes, I am. I never thought I'd see today, but I am. If you've been paying attention to the gaming verse recently, you may be aware that Street Fighter characters like Ryu have been added to Fortnite. And my goodness, that has been a magical thing to see. So what about other Capcom IPs? Well, as of August 2020, Epic Games has been sending around a survey to players. One of the questions is, out of the following video game characters, please select each one that you've definitely seen or heard of. Presumably, this list is just Epic Games' way to see which characters or franchises that people are interested in seeing in Fortnite in the future. And actually, Ryu from Street Fighter is right there in the survey as well, and he was added recently. Not only is Street Fighter there, not even just Resident Evil though, we also got Mega Man in the survey. Yes, Mega Man is in their mind somewhere as a potential addition to Fortnite. Now, nothing's been confirmed on that front because, man, there's a lot of different characters on the survey. So it's not even a guarantee that Mega Man's gonna make it into Fortnite at some point, but wouldn't that be something? Now, there's been a lot of discourse online about this, and I understand Fortnite isn't everybody's favorite game. Heck, it's not mine either. I played one round of it on a whim once, then I just uninstalled the game afterwards because I realized the game was not for me. And you know what? If you're like me and the game just isn't your cup of tea, that's okay. But to say that Mega Man shouldn't be in Fortnite because you're not a fan of the game, well, that's a bit of a downer attitude to have. If we're gonna think like that, we're really holding the Mega Man franchise back at the potential it could have to garner more interest. Because you gotta realize, love it or hate it, Fortnite is a super mega popular game these days. Everybody from young kids to adults can't get enough of this game. And if you put a character like Mega Man in front of them, that's just big exposure for the franchise right there. You're gonna have little kids looking at that like, hey, who's this character? I wonder what game he's from. And maybe adults will look at it like, hey, I remember that guy. The inclusion of Mega Man in Fortnite is really there for the mainstream and casual audiences to reconnect or connect for the first time with the Blue Bomber himself. Like I said, it may never happen. It's just an idea on paper at this point. But if it did, honestly, with how niche the Mega Man franchise is, only getting 1 million sales on a good day, yeah, the franchise does need more of that. Especially if some of you are hoping that the franchise may hit AAA status one day. You're not gonna get there without a lot of attention. And most importantly, converting that attention into sales. So yes, I only see it as a good thing if Mega Man gets a little bit more exposure. Bring it on, maybe we can get Dr. Wily doing the default dance for realsies this time. Next up, this is a piece of news we haven't heard in a while. You may or may not remember that a long time ago, Retrobit Gaming announced that they were developing a physical cartridge for Mega Man The Wily Wars on the Sega Genesis. This would be the first official release for the physical version of Mega Man The Wily Wars in North America. As in North America, the game was only available on the very short-lived Sega Channel Online service. But after the announcement, we really didn't hear much about it again, and we attribute a lot of that to COVID and what's going on in the world, obviously. But recently, Retrobit Gaming has been drumming up more hype for Wily Wars with this little game where they asked people to name their top 8 Robot Masters, spanning from Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 3. The top 8 included Metal Man, Proto Man, Cut Man, Elect Man, Guts Man, Snake Man, Airman, and Shadow Man from top to bottom. And you can see the full stats on screen here. In their tweet announcing the results for this little contest, Retrobit says stay tuned for info on many new things to come. So it looks like they may be getting ready to announce a release date or at least something about the Wily Wars physical release. It's about time. To end things off, let's talk about Mega Man Battle Network, whose 20th anniversary has recently passed on March 21st. The EXE series is one of my favorite Mega Man series of all time, and that's clear to see for many other people as well. When the 20th anniversary day came, there was just an explosion of fan content all over social media. People participating in art collaborations. You had news publications like Coral Magazine reminiscing about the Mega Man Battle Network series, reposting their old articles, and more. What did Capcom do for EXE's 20th anniversary though? Well, if you are hoping for a new collection or game announcement, I gotta say,
Wow! It's absolutely nothing!
yeah, not a whole lot, but I'll tell you a few things they did do. Rockman X DiVE joined in on this celebration to do a little login bonus event, where you got memories for the Muramasa S rank weapon, Mega Man.exe himself, EXE card packs, and some anniversary coins. There's a couple of new merchandise things, like the EXE themed face masks, which are being officially licensed and coming from Graft. Capcom is also working on a Rockman EXE treasure box, which will feature an exclusive artwork from Rockman EXE anime character designer Mitsuru Ishihara, a re-release of the 192-page official settings materials book for Rockman EXE, a postcard set, and a special 25-page manga with the title Blues Runaway, a PET design sticker to decorate your smartphone, reproductions of original artwork by Ryo Takamisaki and Minho Asada, and of course the box. Of course, this is scheduled to release in Japan in late April, and it's going to run you a whopping $153 US roughly. Seems like a nice collector's item for Rockman EXE fans, but otherwise nothing too exciting. Now, all this news was rounded up by our favorite Ochi-san over at Rockman Unity. So that was Capcom Japan's official statement on the Rockman EXE series. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Capcom USA, however, they really didn't say anything about the Battle Network 20th anniversary. They sure had a lot to say about Resident Evil's 25th anniversary though. They're doing a lot for that franchise this year. But yeah, all you really got from Capcom USA in terms of Battle Network was they actually retweeted a Battle Network 6 tournament for the anniversary being run by the N1GP fan group, which was meant to be a fun showcase of the EXE competitive community, and it seems like, due to the retweets, it went off with a bang. So that was really cool of them to do actually. I wonder if Capcom realizes that those tournaments are usually run of emulators, but hey, we won't dwell on it too much. It's like this, right? It's cool they shared that, but it would have been nice to see at least some official acknowledgement of the anniversary, like some kind of cheeky tweet from the official Mega Man Twitter, but really other than that retweet, nothing really. It's odd. I understand that the USA branch typically stays quiet unless they have something to announce, but hey man, at least say something. I know the Mega Man Twitter loves their memes, so where are the memes, man? But anyway, let's get back to Ochi-san, who had this to say about Battle Network's 20th anniversary in their anniversary post. If the world hadn't been in this situation, if the world hadn't been in such a state, I might have had other plans to announce. But for now, I think it's time to be patient. Of course, washing hands, gargling, and social distancing are important too. It's always Rockman who beats the virus after all. Yeah, definitely, the COVID virus is the final boss to end all final bosses. But yeah, this quote from Mochi-san definitely hits that they are working on stuff for Battle Network's 20th. They're just not ready to announce anything yet, due to the whole situation of the world right now. And that's completely understandable. So while we didn't get anything day and date with the anniversary itself, we still got a whole year of celebrations ahead of us. We do know that Capcom is looking for partners for 20th anniversary products, as we reported on quite a while ago. We had all those collaborations like the Duel Masters one last year, and of course Rockman X DiVE. There's the rumors of a certain other mobile game, but don't tell anyone I told you about it. And hey, apparently the Duel Masters collaboration was supposed to coincide with that rumored mobile game. So in conclusion guys, stuff is happening for Rockman EXE. It's just gonna take time, as all things do. Maybe by the end of the year we'll be talking about that new announcement that's got everybody excited, best case scenario. But even if it doesn't, it's so cool to see all the love for the series. For me, the Battle Network series has been with me since my preteen years. I essentially grew up along with it. I've made new friends through the series. I converted people to the series in that time. Made a lot of memories that I'll cherish forever, and I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way. So no matter what happens on the 20th, Battle Network is still awesome and it will live in our hearts forever. Until we finally see more of what Capcom's been cooking, I definitely encourage you guys to check out what the fan community is coming up with. From fan games, to live streams, speed runs, mods, ROM hacks, fan run tournaments. If there's anything that we have been going along with this video, it's that when the companies fail to do so, it's always down to the fans to keep things alive. And that's no different with the Battle Network series. And hey, we still have Star Force's 15th anniversary coming up at the end of the year. Maybe that will be the time to announce something. Time will tell. Anyways, we're about done here guys. It's been a long journey covering all this stuff, but I do want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the ShadowRockZX channel members, including SA class supporter Vint Crystals and GA class supporter Austin Buford. Thank you very, very much. For more on all things Mega Man, and hey, I've been covering the Blastmaster 03 announcements through a couple analysis videos if you want to check that out as well, and more content like this, stay tuned to ShadowRockZX. Until next time guys, when we do our usual dive stream, rock on, and I want you to say it with me. Jack in, Mega Man, execute!